The latest Overwatch patch is now live, including the addition of a new hero, Wrecking Ball, a number of controversial changes to Sombra, a nerf to Hanzo, and damage falloff changes for a number of heroes. So let's quickly run down what's new, and then we can take a look at how these changes will impact the game. Wrecking Ball is now available in quick play and the arcade. He will be an option in competitive play in 2 weeks' time. Sombra's stealth will now last forever, but her movement speed while stealthed has been reduced, and she can no longer use it to contest objectives. Translocator also lasts indefinitely and can now be cancelled once deployed, however it's also now able to be destroyed by the enemy team. Hanzo's Storm Arrow ability has been nerfed, with an increase to its cooldown and a decrease in its duration. Damage amplification from Mercy's beam has been nerfed, as it will no longer boost the damage of certain ultimates like Hanzo's Dragon Strike and D.Va's Self-Destruct. Soldier 76, McCree and Bastion will now deal 50% damage at max range instead of the previous 30%. Widowmaker's automatic fire will also now deal 50% damage at max range, but in her case it's a nerf, as previously it had no fall off. Mei has also had all damage fall off removed from her secondary fire projectile. Objective time for assault maps has also been reduced from 5 minutes to 4 per control point, and a ton of new bug fixes have also been applied. Let's talk about Sombra's changes first, as they've been the subject of a lot of discussion. On paper, the changes sound quite strong. Infinite stealth is a phrase that fills a lot of gamers with fear. However, in practice, they seem to have done very little to improve her overall, and in many situations, this will feel like a nerf. Blizzard have stated in the past that they want Sombra to be more of a disruptor rather than an assassin, and these changes support that idea, giving her more freedom to choose when the right moment is to engage without making her any more lethal. However, fitting a hero who specialises in disruption into a team is very tricky. There are only 6 spots, and Sombra is so outclassed in burst damage by most other damage heroes that it's hard to justify her taking a damage role. And while in the past, Sombra might take a support position, with her hacked health packs no longer giving ultimate charge, this isn't really an option, as you need the defensive utility of ultimates from heroes like Zenyatta and Mercy. However, with that said, team composition isn't that important at all ranks, and if you're playing quick play or in the mid to low competitive ranks, this is probably a buff overall. Balancing Overwatch is tricky because it's a drastically different game depending on which rank you're playing at. This is a similar situation to Lucio's changes from a few months back, whereas wall riding was made more sticky. This was a buff for low ranked players as it made him a lot easier to play, but for those who had mastered his mechanics and played at a high level, it was definitely a nerf. On to Overwatch's newest addition, Wrecking Ball. Where he's going to fit into the meta is still up for debate. Many pro players currently believe the best position for him will probably be in triple tank. However, it's debatable if that will be any stronger than the currently popular double sniper or triple support team compositions. It's unlikely he will have as big of an impact on the meta as Brigitte did when she was released. Not only is he a more mechanically complex hero to play, but he's also not a hard counter to any popular tactics. We've got a video of some quick tips and tricks that you can check out if you want more details on how to get the most out of the giant hamster ball. Hanzo received a straight nerf to Storm Arrow's duration and cooldown. Hanzo has become very popular since his rework, which has made him a much more reliable DPS, who is able to destroy barriers quickly, generate his Dragon Strike really fast, and combo very well with Zarya, Mercy and Widowmaker. This change is intended to bring him back in line, however it's unlikely to impact his pick rate by itself. Damage amplification in general has also received a nerf that was never listed in the PTR patch notes. Things like Mercy's damage boosting beam will no longer boost the damage of certain ultimates, such as Hanzo's and D.Va's. Previously, with an amplified Dragon Strike and a Graviton Surge from Zarya, it was possible for Hanzo to kill the enemy team even while the Zenyatta was using his ultimate. However, that will no longer be the case. You'll now need to find additional damage from another hero, such as Reinhardt swinging his hammer through them. Soldier 76, Bastion and McCree all got an increase in their damage at max range. This is likely intended to give them a better chance of fighting back against long range snipers. It's a pretty reasonable buff. McCree in particular benefits from it quite a bit, however it's unlikely to be enough to give them a real boost in popularity. However, Mei's change, removing all damage fall off from her icicle, basically turns her into a projectile sniper now, and that's a very substantial buff that will make her a threat at all distances. Keep your eye out for an uptick in her popularity. What do you think about the changes to Sombra? What about the new hero? Let me know in the comments below. As always, this is James for Curse, saying thanks for watching, and enjoy the game.